Pitfire commentary. Oh, NBA Live. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, come on, man. Really? That ain't a fair fucking fight. Fuck you, man. Oh, son of a bitch. This shows you someone pays attention to my channel. He wants you to see my fucking Knicks get smacked around in this motherfucker, man. But anyways, Hipfire Commentary number 331. We have a brand new person to the Hipfire Commentary series, Fongtastic. Don't tell me Durant hits that bullshit. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Missed that motherfucker. But anyway, we have a brand new person, Fongtastic. He decided, you know what, fuck it, let's send in some shit. And we got NBA Live 18. I just rolled out I don't want to say a brand new challenge or whatever the hell, but I just put a new link on the website. I told people, send me in shit that that's released recently within the past 6 months. And he decided he was going to go with Live, NBA Live 18. I don't know why he didn't go with the other NBA. Oh, look at this shit. He just fucking, that looks like my Knicks defense. Oh, a bunch of fucking scrubs in this goddamn game, man. Is that Ramon Sessions at the fucking point guard? That's just goddamn terrible in this bitch. Oh, get the fuck. Look at this scrubby ass team. You just gotta give it to Porzingis and hope he scores 50 points. And oh, look at this idiot. Fucking hard. You know, this looks just like my goddamn Knicks anyway. They're fucking terrible, man. So anyway, like I was saying, I know that NBA Live has been going through some shit over the past couple years. It's been in there at, look at this shit. Come on, man. This is fucking ridiculous. I can't watch this shit, man. This looks like my normal Knicks playing. If I want to see my Knicks game with ass kicked, I could just turn on the TV and watch them play a real life game. Oh, this is so goddamn terrible, man. No, so like I was saying, NBA Live, they've been struggling over the past couple years. What's the other one? It's 2K, NBA 2K, whatever the hell it is. That one's obviously the much better game. That's the one that's been kicking some ass over the past couple years. It's definitely been the better franchise. NBA Live had to, like, cancel themselves for a second for a year. They had to revamp the whole game and whatnot. I remember when NBA came out, the Live series, they did Live 95. Goes to show you how fucking old I am. But they did Live 95, and they had, you know, all kinds of different shit. They didn't have player faces back in the day. Obviously, we didn't have the graphics that well. Yeah, I'm about to say, don't tell me hit that shit. But eventually, you know, what the fuck was it? Oh, it's a short quarter. I was I was like, get the fuck out of here. He ain't hitting that shit. So, oh, look at this. This is like a quick game. 6-2. Really? What's the final score going to be, man? 25-10? Look, they called a foul? Okay, they called a foul. Defense at 3 seconds. You're out of position. I know Porzingis can hit that shit. So anyway, like I was saying, the NBA 2K has been kicking Live's ass. It's just the control thing. Right now, NBA 2K has a much smoother control when it comes to playing basketball, and Live has far too many glitches. Part of the problem is just it's not smooth compared to the older games. Live used to be really smooth, but then the problem was they just kind of stayed in their own ways. They never really improved the game. So what ended up happening was 2K made a lot of improvements, and they passed them along the way. They were able to get some better graphics. They were able to get some better physics in the game, and all of a sudden, NBA Live was the shittier game. EA never really made an effort to improve the game. Now, this is one of the few sports. Oh, don't give it to Noah. Don't give it. Oh, this fucking guy. He's gonna miss it again. Intentional foul? He actually got that shit? Oh, man. Oh, God. No, he don't shoot free throws like that. Have you ever seen him shoot free throws? He looks like a little kid chucking the ball in the goddamn air. Oh, great defense, guys. Really? Fucking idiots. No, so anyway, like I was saying, when what the fuck was I saying? I was talking about NBA Live. I know they did some, what the fuck was I just talking about? I had a good point that I was trying to make, and I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. You know what? Fuck it, I ain't gonna remember that shit now. Oh, no, what I was saying was, this is one of the few games that wasn't part of the exclusive... What the fuck? I just can't watch this shit. I just gotta talk about my point. This is one of the few games that wasn't part of, like, exclusive licensing deals, you know, where, oh, only NBA 2K could be done, or like Madden. Madden is stuck with EA Sports. You can't have a NFL 2K. I don't know if they had that for a while. They had the baseball game. 2K had baseball where EA didn't, and it was funny. And then hockey, and 2K gave up on hockey. It's funny because if you look at the 4 major sports, and I'm not talking about soccer, I don't consider that a major sport. Fuck people. Oh yeah, that shit was like, no, that shit is disgusting. But if you look at the major sports, it was funny because the company that got exclusive rights to the football game was the shittier company. The company that got exclusive rights to the baseball game was the shittier company, because NBA or Live, or sorry, EA, they actually had a really good baseball game. If you remember back to the MVP series, I think Manny Ramirez was on the cover, whatever. That was an excellent game. It was awesome. But the problem was, the year after that, 2K took over the baseball license. So what ended up happening was you had this shitty fucking baseball game, and thankfully there was 989 Studios, which was owned by Sony. Now it's Sony Sports, whatever the hell it is. There's Sony San Diego. The MLB The Show is absolutely fantastic. By far and away the best baseball game. Probably blows away everything else. Right now it's the only one on the market because the 2K baseball game was utterly terrible. But basketball and hockey were left alone. And what's odd is that 2K had the better basketball game. EA has the better hockey game. So in theory, these guys are really trading who has the better game and whatnot. And the competition they're showing is they're able to kick the other one's ass. Now, 2K can probably get football back. I believe the license is gone now. I believe that they moved it out so that you can no longer have that exclusive license. So essentially, if 2K wanted to get back into the football game, they can. But I think because they haven't done it in so long, they haven't really focused on that. And the fact that they're going to have to spend a lot of money to try and upend the Madden franchise, which makes a ton of money. You also have, I'm not going to say FIFA's like a big game, but compare in the U.S. Obviously, across Europe, it's a big game. But when you compare that to, what was it, PES, the shootout, whatever the hell it was, you know, obviously FIFA blows all the other games away in sales because of the international market. But in the U.S., no, nobody buys fucking FIFA. Compare that shit to Madden. No, in the U.S., Madden destroys FIFA. But you compare that globally, absolutely, FIFA destroys that shit. So 2K decided, you know what, they're not going to get back into the soccer market, whatever the fuck it is. For whatever reason, they continue to hold on to their baseball license. EA doesn't go after baseball. I don't know why these games continue to do that with sports, but I do know that years ago when they had the competition and you had to, you know, make the best game. Yeah, companies went out and they made sure they had a pretty good game because they knew if I don't make a good game, I make a shitty game. What's going to end up happening? People are going to play the competitor's game. That's what's happened to NBA Live. People are going to play 2K. How is that not a fucking foul? Really? And I'm sure they fucking just called a foul Noah right there. Fucking Iguodala just elbowed him right into his body. That's some bullshit. That should be a reach-in foul right there. I was going to say, don't let Noah shoot. What? What the fuck? Oh, that was I was like, don't tell me that was a fucking foul. I mean, look, I know you're going to win as the Golden State Warriors. This isn't a fucking fair fight to begin with. This is like, you know, a super team playing a goddamn Pee Wee League team, because that's what my Knicks are right now. Oh, man, they're so goddamn embarrassing. Have anyone actually tried to watch the Knicks lately? I mean, they got rid of Carmelo Anthony. In all honesty, first, I'm not going to get into Carmelo Anthony, you know, like about a good player, bad player. He had to leave the team. And it's not he had to leave the team because he was the problem. He had to leave the team because what was he going to do? He was going to be a scorer on a bad team. He wasn't going to help them. He wasn't going to do anything. They basically needed to sell off the team, rebuild, and start over from scratch. They needed to give him a chance to go to a contender who could potentially win. So now he's on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And yeah, now he's with Westbrook. He's with Paul George. He finally actually has a chance with some superstars around him to actually win some decent games. You know, one of the problems with Carmelo's always had in his career, who has he played with? You know, you look at LeBron James. LeBron James has had Dwayne Wade when he was on Miami, and then he had Chris Bosh, of course. And then he goes back to Cleveland, and he gets Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, 2 All-Stars in their own right. He gets a whole bunch of the, oh, God, no, Noah. See, I predicted that shit. Even in the game, they make him shitty. You know, so LeBron has always had some good players around him. And most importantly, LeBron is one of the best players you're going to have. He makes other people around him better. Carmelo wasn't like that. He's a ball hog. Essentially, he needs to score. He needs the ball in his hands. But at the same time, he's had nobody to pass the ball to. At one point, he had who? Tyson Chandler and Amari Stoudemire. And Amari Stoudemire's 80-year-old knees. I mean, that's not enough offense. You know, they gave him Derrick Rose, who's a shell of his former self. That's not anybody who's going to fucking scare anyone. Come on, man. Noah was supposed to be this defensive stopper, and basically he's crap. Porzingis is pretty decent, but I mean, I don't think he's going to be a superstar. I think he's a good piece, but I think he'll be an excellent number 2 option. You need somebody in front of Porzingis to be the superstar in order to be a competitive team. So the Knicks had to rebuild. They had no choice. They have to get a high draft pick. They have to be like the 76ers and just start giving up right away. Be a whole bunch of scrubs for a couple years, get some high draft picks, and then you'll actually, you know, possibly build your team for the future. But otherwise, they're fucking awful, man. Carmelo's going to go to the Thunder. Westbrook and George, they'll have a good chance to finish within the top 4 in the West. They're not beating the Warriors. Nobody's going to beat the Warriors again this year. But at the very least, he'll have an opportunity to play for a contending team. Look, this idiot just launched... He was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to shoot that shit, man. So there you see, my Knicks got their asses smashed. We knew that was going to happen because fucking Knicks. When you took the Warriors, that wasn't a fucking fair fight. So anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next video.